Hi Saggy, welcome to your reading. Okay, we're using the Morgan Greer for you because that just felt quite right. Your year has been quite dynamic. 2023 was a bit of a shocker, I think, for Sagittarius. And 2024 is not kind of the most exciting of all years so far, but has been sort of much more level. Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly the two overall energy cards that I've just pulled for you. Strength, knowing yourself, having your own personal power, and also this is kind of the card of the Lion Whisperer. So having influence in some way over other people, but in a very knowing yourself, having, and I hate to use the word journey, but I'm going to use the word journey, taking a sort of inner journey. It's been very interior for you, but this is coming out to other people. So there's a wisdom, I think, that you're sharing with others. You could be teaching, writing, expressing, vlogging, videoing, God only knows, talking to people in the street, doesn't matter. It's coming out and it's kind of having an effect on others. That is really something that Sagittarius is all about. You're a fire sign, you're mutable, you're here to get among it. Even if, and Saggies, I think, and let me know in the comments section, because you are them, I think Sagittarians are a little bit like Pisces in that you have quite extrovert and you're good with being social, but you have this rather private, introvert, interior side to you where you need to regain your strength after being out there in the market, you know, either at work, selling your wares, you know, whatever it is, walking abroad, I think they used to call it in old-fashioned terms. You need to, after you've been walking abroad for a while, you need to like walk inside your house, do some quiet stuff, not be disturbed. And I think these sort of, where are we? God, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is. It's alarming. Until we change years again and we move forward another year. I feel like for you, there's a need to refuel, to conserve energy, to refill your tank in some way, physically as well as mentally. And also spiritually in some ways as well. Just feels like you need reimbursement. Could even be financial, but I'm not exactly getting financial. I'm getting more of a holistic reimbursement. Then we get the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card very much of keep on keeping on, that you have projects in the mix, that they may be at a semi-early stage, not the beginning, it's not the beginning of things. It's like, I mean, this is a lot of work. Look what they're doing. You know, making some kind of, is it called an architrave? Doing that, you're going to be there every day. You're going to be chipping stuff out. You're going to be chipping a shape out of a block. You're shaping something. Other people will walk in and see that and it will be pleasurable for them. And it has a functional aspect in whatever building they're in. Okay. Now, you might not be in the middle of DIY. I know, it's like, I hate DIY, but that's just me. But you are in the middle of something and it's going well, it's going steady, and it's also contributing to a greater understanding of yourself, which for Sagittarius is a kind of trajectory that you're always wanting to be on, because you're ruled by Jupiter and you are in some ways always on an eternal quest as a Sagittarius, because Jupiter just expands with its own expansion, just keeps expanding. So you've probably always known that there aren't particularly limits around what you do, or that you don't respond well to limits, and that's what happened to you in 2023. You were limited by forces beyond your control, and in some cases people, and they do, who just get kind of annoyed with that you don't seem to care about the things that they care about, which you don't. I mean, you're not making it up. Saggy has a very devil-may-care attitude, and I love it. But some people who can't stop pairing up their socks for 5 minutes really sort of look at you and think, who do you think you are? You know, why are you not worried about stuff like I'm worried about stuff? And for that, you must be punished and you must do some real boring thing. Usually this happens at work. A lot of Sagittarius end up going self-employed. So some of you may head in that direction if you haven't already. And if you have, whatever your projects are, they're going nicely, they're going well, they're ticking over, you're getting to know yourself. I love it. Let's have a look at some more cards. We're going to look at your love life. We're going to look at your life purpose, we call it loosely, which kind of incorporates career. Because people have jobs, people have careers, people have jobs they're doing because they need to pay the gas bill, and they hate it, but they're doing it for now, or you have jobs that are inspirational, whatever it is, you know. We've all been there. I once collapsed cardboard boxes for a living. Oh my God. I think that's the worst one, and there's been some contenders for that role because it took my skin off. Oh, God. Anyway, let's stop talking about that. I did clean pizza tins. That was bad. Like when they used to, I don't know if they still do it, but they were cooked in what's like a big pizza dustbin lid. And they're not really non-stick. So when it comes out, you're scraping like stuck on bread and dough. That was my first ever job. Anyway, let me know in the comments section your worst job, because let's have a laugh. You know, I'm in there, and there's other ones. So pizza tray cleaner and cardboard box collapser. I go first. Right, okay. 3 cards for you. Nice. 3 cards. We get the Emperor, the Page of Cups, and the 2 of Swords. Starting with the Emperor, this is somebody who is obviously in charge. Whenever we get the Emperor as well, I'm not always, but often tempted to ask, what about the father? So there may be, well, great. There may be some issues or things or whatever coming up around childhood to do with your father, to do with divine masculine, or to do with leadership and your ability or desire for leadership. But also I think what's in the mix is about oppression of some kind or someone keeping you in line. And the question that's being channeled for you, and I have no idea why, is who is the disciplinarian in your life? So there may be something here about self-discipline, about achieving your goals, about sticking to your routines, not other people's and not what other people want for you or what they say about you, but what you want for yourself, your ambition, your timetable, your reason for getting out of bed in the morning, your rules. Okay, interesting. Then we have the Page of Cups, which is, I always look so miserable, this Page of Cups as well. It's like, oh, there's no water in this. There's no water in this cup. This is not going to end well. Page of Cups is something nice coming in. It can be an apology. So it could be somebody apologising, but it's an emotional move that needed to be made. It can also be the beginnings of a love conversation or a love situation. It can be somebody, and I'll have a look when I look at your love life in a minute. It could be a sign you need to get out there if you're single or if you're in a bit of a slump or whatever it is, because somebody will want to communicate with you and that will be nice. Okay, so I'm just going to put that out there. But we also get the 2 of Swords, which tells us that you are in a situation where you don't necessarily need to see movement right away. The universe is keeping you still for a bit. It does that sometimes. We're in eclipse season, so things will be happening all around you. So don't worry, you need change and change is happening. But the universe is saying to you, hang in there. Don't change anything yet. Just watch and wait. Know yourself. Know your limits. Know your powers. Keep on keeping on. Okay? When nothing is happening, everything is happening around you. Gosh, love this reading for you. So there will be an extended reading. Now, what I do, and I'll show you with the camera. Here's the cards we've got so far. We'll do a love reading under here, or we look at your love life, you know, and what's going on. And then when I finish the reading, any questions that have come up in this, or any overarching themes, or things that were like, what about that? I do an extended love reading. And in the extended love reading, we poke around and we go, what about that? I get a lot of different decks out, weird decks, quirky decks, and do a lot of channeling. So if this really resonates by the end, that will be the first link in this video's description box. Okay, now we see a little bit of action. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is information coming into you. Now notice the sword is not the cleanest, so it can be very, very, very blunt. All right, it can be really, but actually Sagittarius can be very blunt too. You don't mind a bit of blunt information. So something you've been waiting to find out about here, you're going to get something. You're going to get some information, you're going to get an answer, you're going to get, it's more information. Yeah, look, we've got the King of Swords to go with it. Okay, this is from whatever's been going on in your work life in the last, and it may be personal as well, actually. So however this resonates with you, King of Swords would not leave us alone in your readings last year. And the King of Swords, while very useful because he knows how to organise things, he's meticulous, he's very cerebral and intelligent, and often the kind of boss that knows absolutely everything about a business, this person was breathing down your neck and wanting to control you somewhat. So this could be something to do with that. You could get, it feels like clearance though. It doesn't feel like it's getting worse. It feels like at last you have the information that you need. And it could be that having got that information, you decide it's time to leave. Or it could be you decide it's time to stay, but on your terms. Okay, so that info could be coming from King of Swords himself. But it could also be, it could be a boss, it could be an ex, it could be your romantic person, it could be a friend, but whatever it is, they're going to come out with it. And it's about time, and I think you'll be relieved that they did. Shall we look at your love life? Okay, I'm going to take about 4 cards. That always reminds me of that joke, 4 candles. I'd like 4 candles, please. If you don't know that joke, do Google it. It's the most British humour. Interesting. Oh God, look at that. Right, okay. We start with the 4 of Cups. I'm just going to get my hand cream because we've even had like the vaguest day of cold weather and my hands have just gone, no. 4 of Cups is a card of emotional neutrality. So it can be because you're bored. It can be because you're overwhelmed and you just think, it's like slipping into emotional neutral. I can't do with this anymore. I can't cope with this anymore. I can't. It's just an I can't card, but you sort of numb everything down. It can be very useful, the 4 of Cups. I always say with this card, and this is about your love life, so if you are in a situation which is difficult, overwhelming, intense emotions, maybe breaking up with somebody or whatever it is, if you don't know how to get out of bed in the morning, if you can't control the sort of fleeting feelings that you're having about it, slip into emotional neutral and see if you can at least just be at 0 for now. Okay. For others of you as well, you may have become numb about relationships or just feel like you're viewing it from the outside. I have to say, even this far in, that if you are a single Sagittarian, this is the moment to take those disco pants from the top of the wardrobe and whap them on, okay? Because I'm getting a hunch, channel, whatever it is, that this is a great time for you to meet someone, however that happens. Many Saggies do online dating, actually, because you're quite confident. Some people hate it. It's horses for courses, okay? We live in a very different world than we did even 10 years ago. So how you go about that is your own comfort zone, but go about that, okay? And do what you need to do to get out there if you are looking for a relationship. Those of you in a relationship, looks like it could move to the next level. We have the Hierophant, which is commitment, and can be, it's like the ordained relationship. So it's like going exclusive, getting married, things that are sort of vaguely very conventional. We have the Six of Wands, which is never ever a bad card. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, or vegan alternative for the Six of Wands. Yeehaw. Six of Wands is saying, and this has been coming up for you in a while, and I tell you what else has been coming up, and it won't be for all of you, but a proposal has been coming up for ages and ages. So I'm just going to throw that out there because I've been getting it thrown at me so many times for you for the last, God, year or so. So, and you were also getting the King of Pentacles with it as well for ages and ages and ages. So I love this. Look at things moving to the next level and what that means. For some of you, it's about moving things to the next level and how do we work together, live together, or whatever it is together, okay? How do we, in the 3D, the kind of, meat and potatoes of a relationship. Got the Ace of Cups. Oh my God. Self-love, and it's underneath the Page of Cups. And that's also why it can be a massive offering of something. Love that for you. It's self-love that's spilled over. You've done the work, okay? This is not coming out of nowhere. 2023 was quite rough in places. You've done the work. This card feels weird. Oh, nice. We get the Knight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. This is delish. Come on. Knight of Cups as well is going into the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Page. The Page is the most junior of the cup court cards. Then we have the Knight. So the Page is actually elevating the offer. In other words, it's like, here's, we start off with a smelly fish and a lot of hope, as many relationships do. And it gets into, now I've gone and got a bit of a plume, I've tidied up my act here, definitely showing up ready here. So somebody's elevating an offer. And then the Wheel of Fortune, they're prepared to take their chance. Yes. And you get Justice. Justice for a lot of you is about whatever was going on again last year. You are, and I don't want to say having the last laugh because that would sound petty. But look, I've gone and said it, so there you are. Okay, let's have an oracle card for you. I'm going to have a Season of the Witch card because we are at the end of summer. In the extended reading, I'm going to have a look at the Page of Cups turning to the Knight of Cups, the Ace, what might be standing in the way of any of these relationships or any of the shadow side of it, and the best way forward for you, okay? We'll have a little look as well at single Sagittarians and coupled Sagittarians, because I'm feeling that's really, really important. This is weird. I was just talking about this. Okay. You get the bakery. I was literally doing the daily and talking about baking bread and how much I hate trying to bake gluten-free bread because it's not satisfying. Take the time to diligently practice and refine your craft. Success will follow as you savour each little victory along the way. Oof. Love this. Okay, Saggy, that's the best reading you've had in absolutely ages. If you want to come and join me at the extended reading and look more into your love life, it's the first link in the description box. Leave me a comment and I'll see you soon. Namaste.